All right, so here is section 3.2, the group work solutions. So just notice that we have this graph here. First thing I did was I put variables. So this right here is my x-axis. This right here is my y-axis. So I just labeled them x and y. It's unusual because we're used to seeing the x-axis all the way down to the bottom. But just note that 0 is right here, which is why this is my x-axis. So what is the y-intercept? It's where it crosses 0, negative 250. If they sell no snow cones, then they lost $250. What is the x-intercept? That's this point right here, 389,0. That means that they need to sell 380 snow cones just to break even. Find the slope. I chose these points, 500, 70, 389, 0. It does not matter which 2 points you choose. You could choose whatever points you want. Just make sure that you got the same answer as me. And when you divide 70 by 111, it's about 0.63. I rounded because we're dealing with money, so we have to have 2 decimals, hundredths, right? So 0.63. That means that for every snow cone that they sell, their profit increases by 63 cents. And that's an important number, right? Because profit's a super important thing. So estimate the net profit of 150 snow cones are sold. Okay, what is the significance? Well, I do on the graph, right? 150 snow cones sold, that's this point right here. It's right in between 100 and 200. You go down, has negative 150. So what does that mean? That they're going to lose $150. If they want a profit of $50, well, I'm going to go here. Here's my $50 profit. Okay, go across. That's this dot right here. And that means that they would sell, it's about right here, maybe 475 snow cones, something like that. Okay, again, that's just estimating. So if you put 470, 480, 450 would not be correct because it's definitely not in the middle. So it would definitely need to be closer to 500, okay, than 400. Fill in the blank. The profit starts at negative $245 because that's if they sell 0 snow cones, right? So that's where it starts. That's the starting point. And when no snow cones are sold, when it's negative $245 when no snow cones are sold, it goes up 63 cents for every snow cone. So for every sale, it goes up 63 cents. So write my equation. They start at negative $245 and it increases by 63 cents for every snow cone sold. So this is the profit equation. Okay, if you remember back to the classwork, we did the cost equation. Cost equations and profit equations are 2 very different things because the cost represents what is the company paying. Profit is how much money are they actually taking in, okay, which is 2 very different things. We're going to skip this technology section. We're going to skip question number 8. We don't need to worry about using the graphing calculator. Find the total cost from selling 400 snow cones. Well, I'm using the equation that I found up here. Negative 245 plus 0.63 times 400, okay? And when you do that, you get $293, okay? Find the revenue from selling 400 snow cones, okay? It's $300, okay? The formula that uses cell J7 and K7 was typed in cell L7. What's the formula? We subtract, okay? That's because we're trying to do revenue minus total cost, okay? Because that will actually tell you the profit. Okay, and it tells you here what is the verbal explanation. The profit is the revenue minus the total cost. If we were to put that as an equation, profit is equal to revenue minus cost. So question 17, in 17 of the class portion, we used the total cost and we came up with this equation, 0.12x plus 245. Using the same reasoning, find an expression that describes the revenue from selling. Well, okay, the revenue for 100 snow cones is $75. So if we were to put that at a unit rate, it's $75 per 100 snow cones, which is equivalent to 75 cents per 1 snow cone. So my revenue is equivalent to 0.75x. So question 15 is just trying to get us to help us with question 16. Look through it. I don't really want to make it more confusing than it really is, but basically it's saying that subnegative and parentheses do matter. So as we can see that this first equation is the exact same thing as this third equation, but the second one is not. And that's because if you have a minus here, you have to distribute the minus so that it becomes a +3 here and not a -3. They're two very different things. So if I was to take, according to question 13, profit is equal to revenue minus costs. So profit is equal to revenue, 0.75x, minus my cost equation is this. Okay, now this is important because you have to take this minus and distribute it into this parenthesis. And I'm just noticing here that where this says -25, that should say -245, not 25. That's a mistake on my part. So it's 0.75x minus 0.12x minus 245, because this plus 245 has to be turned negative because I'm subtracting it. I'm subtracting everything in this parenthesis. So it's 0.75 minus 0.12x gives me my 0.63x minus 245. And again, that's not -25, it's -245. And if we take this new equation that we just found, okay, remember this is my profit equation, we can figure out how much profit they will make if the company sells 8,000 snow cones. We'll replace X with 8,000, so 63 cents times 8,000 is 5,040. Take away 245 means that if they sell 8,000 snow cones, they're going to take home $4,795. Okay, so that is the end of that. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, this is a really important concept, something that we're going to be looking at throughout Chapter 3. This is going to be something that's going to be heavily needed and important for the future of this class, as well as for anybody who's moving on to future math courses. This is something that's a really important concept. So please reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions. Just remember that the homework for 3.2 is going to be due next class, which is on Wednesday. Homework needs to be done by 9:30 in the morning. I'm going to post the solutions shortly after that. And again, reach out to me if you have any questions.